Good morning, good evening. Welcome to Tech Bytes episode number 8. In this episode, we have brought a small talk on predictive analytics. What is predictive analytics and how is it used in the real life scenarios? This talk is given by my colleague Priya Telang. So let's get started.
Our topic today is predictive analytics. Daily, we come across examples like the prediction of stock prices, electricity outages, health problems, potential customers, sales, accidents, school dropouts, and the list is growing at an extremely rapid pace. Predictive analytics can rightly be defined as the technology that learns from experience, using data to predict the future to drive better decisions. Now, this future may be customer behavior, financial risks, healthcare, fraud detection, and so on. Thus, predictive analytics is used to answer the question, what is likely to happen? It utilizes what descriptive analytics generates, that is, historical snapshots of information or patterns, to produce what is most likely going to happen in the future. It may involve specific anticipated changes to business processes that drive multiple change initiatives in the organization. Predictive analytics works in two steps. First is what is predicted, like which customers will respond to marketing contact. Now, predictions don't help unless you do something about them. They are just thoughts, just ideas. So, then the second step is acting on the prediction, modifying everyday operations for the better, which in this case is contacting customers who are more likely to respond. Now, numerous examples in numerous industry domains can be stated, which are using predictions and have resulted in tremendous business improvement. To state a few, University of Pittsburgh Medical Center predicts a patient's risk of readmission within 30 days to help with the decision to discharge. Target predicts customer pregnancy from shopping behavior, thus identifying 30% more prospects to contact with offers related to the needs of a newborn's parents. HP's predictive model generates a flight risk score for its employees. So managers may intervene in advance where possible and plan accordingly, thus identifying an estimated $300 million saving. The University of Phoenix predicts which students risk failing a course to target intervention measures such as advisor coaching. The Chicago Police Department found that characteristics of a homicide and its victim help predict whether the crime will be solvable. Definitely, making such predictions poses a daunting challenge. Each prediction depends on multiple factors along with colossal amounts of data. So how can this problem of putting all these pieces together for each prediction be tackled? The challenge is tackled by machines that learn to predict and continuously improve the predictions systematically using statistics and mathematics. It uncovers what drives people and the actions they take. At the same time, predicting human behavior is not easy, be they patients, customers, or criminals. But the good news is that predictions may help in at least some way, even if they are not 100% accurate. That is, at least in some cases. So, for example, suppose a company carefully shortlists probable customers who are, say, 2 times more likely to respond to promotional emails than average customers. So, in this particular case, even if this list of customers is not 100% accurate, it is profitable for the company to remove non-responders from the mailing list. And also at the same time, the non-responders benefit by receiving less junk mail. So predictive analytics is highly influential and powerful for decision making as it reveals possible trends and outcomes that may result under diverse situations, sets of conditions, or alternate decision paths. I hope you enjoyed this brief introduction to predictive analytics. Stay tuned for more exciting discussions in the upcoming episodes. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll catch up with you in the next episode. Keep listening.